In this video, I'm going to share with you where we stayed in Puerto Morelos, Mexico, how much it cost, how close restaurants, grocery stores, and the beach were, as well as the pros and cons of the actual apartment itself. Hi, I'm Nikki. Welcome to La Paz Bound, where my husband and I obtained temporary Mexican residency as we plan for an early retirement and move to Mexico. If you watched my last video, then you know that we traveled from Tampa, Florida to Cancun, Mexico during the busiest time of year, spring break. And we did this to renew our temporary Mexican residency for another 3 years. I have a video all about that experience, so go ahead and check that out. Having stayed in Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Isla Mujeres, we wanted to stay in a new place this time. So we chose the small fishing village of Puerto Morelos. It's about 30 minutes south of Cancun and 30 minutes north of Playa del Carmen. We wanted to see if it felt like our new home. Now, if you aren't familiar with Puerto Morelos, the city is actually divided into two parts. There's the beach side or port side, and then there's La Colonia, which is about 2 miles inland and where a lot of residents live. The two parts of town are separated by protective mangroves, and it's illegal to clear them and build on them. So there's only so much construction that can happen in Puerto Morelos, and it will never be as big as Cancun and Playa del Carmen for that reason. So if you're looking for a small coastal town in Mexico, you might want to consider Puerto Morelos. There's a main 2-lane road. It has sidewalks on it, and it runs from the port side to the La Colonia side. Taxis and small vans called colectivos, they get you to and from each side of town. Now, taxis are going to run you about $3 USD, and colectivos, they're about 10 pesos one way, or about 56 cents. I took a colectivo from the port side in the town square to La Colonia, but didn't spend much time there. It dropped me off at the gas station along the main road 307, which goes to Cancun and Playa del Carmen. When Don and I looked up La Colonia, there didn't seem to be a whole lot to do over there, other than if you have a specific restaurant that you want to go to, you want to look at places to rent or buy, or if you're looking to do what I did, which was checking out the grocery store on that side and experiencing a colectivo ride. The port side of town is quite small and very walkable. There's really only 3 streets that run parallel to the beach. We stayed in an Airbnb, which I booked through Expedia. We booked a studio apartment 2 blocks from the beach. The apartment complex is called LaLola, and it has a secured entrance. We got the code about an hour before check-in at 2 p.m. It's a 4-floor building with a rooftop pool. For a week's stay, it was a total of $1,019 or $145 a night, and we thought that was a really good deal. Our room was quite spacious with a king-sized, very comfortable bed, a small kitchenette equipped with a toaster, microwave, fridge, coffee maker, tea kettle, and an electric skillet. Now, the electric skillet didn't heat very well, as you saw in my last video, and that was unfortunate because I was hoping to cook some meals to save us some money. I ended up cooking our eggs in the microwave most mornings and having toast and yogurt. The building did have an elevator, but the only way to get from the 4th floor to the pool was to either go all the way down the elevator and then straight up to the rooftop pool, or climb 2 sets of stairs. While the rooftop pool was lovely and we did spend an afternoon enjoying it, it really only accommodated about 4 lounge chairs, which were fully occupied by 8 a.m. every day that we were there, except for when it rained. There was a huge patio area steps down from the pool, but was completely exposed to the sun. There was no shade. A couple of umbrellas would have made the area a lot more useful, in my opinion. There were also bathrooms and washer and dryer on the pool level. You didn't even have to buy detergent. So I made use of the washer and dryer while I was there, as I didn't bring enough t-shirts and shorts. The property is maintained by Andiani Travel, and they're based in Cancun. There was also a cleaning service that was available, but you needed to ask for it if you wanted your room cleaned. We saw the cleaning lady a couple of times cleaning the common areas. The room had air conditioning and it stayed nice and cool in the apartment. It also had a ceiling fan, but it wasn't adjustable. So you turned it on and it ran on the fastest, highest setting. I did like that you could control all of the lights, including the ambient ceiling lighting and the fan in the apartment from either side of the bed or from the kitchen. Because the building was new construction, it's only been open for about a year, the plumbing was modern, which meant that we could flush our toilet paper. But the bathroom did also have a window that you could open to air it out. And that's really common for every place that we stayed in Mexico.
All right, dear Nicole, we're delighted to have you stay with us and sincerely appreciate your choice to stay at LaLola, Puerto Morelos. Please don't hesitate to let us know if there's anything we can do to make your stay more enjoyable. You can reach us at any time via WhatsApp. We hope you find your time here both relaxing and inspiring.
We spent many nights enjoying the balcony, watching a parade for the long holiday weekend, watching vendors sell fresh fruit from their trucks, and just general people watching. La Lola is located on Javier Rojo Gomez, and it's a street that's filled with restaurants, pharmacies, little shops, and tour guides. And the street closes down to traffic around 3 p.m. so that the restaurants can set up their outdoor dining areas for dinner. Our apartment was close to everything. The center of town, it was like a 5-minute walk, and just a couple more minutes to Chedraui, which is the grocery store. We could walk to the beach in under 10 minutes. Underground Burger and the gelato place, they were steps from the apartment, as was the Peninsula, where I had the shrimp and octopus tacos. Because the apartment was surrounded by restaurants, we quickly learned about the downside of the apartment, and that's the noise. Unbeknownst to us, when we booked the apartment, those restaurants turned into nightclubs at sundown with live bands pumping out classic rock from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Everything from AC/DC and Journey to Incubus. Early in the week wasn't too bad as the music stopped around 11 p.m., but towards the end of the week and on weekends, it went into the morning hours. While we loved most everything about staying at La Lola, views of the ocean, close proximity to everything, comfortable bed and room, and that lovely smell of grilled food that we could smell from our balcony, and modern conveniences, I'm still not sure that we would choose to stay there again. If we were to visit Puerto Morelos again, we would maybe stay one street behind us and several blocks down in the more residential area. The live bands at night that rotate between the few restaurants directly below us and the inability to fully enjoy that lovely pool, they were deal breakers for us. I hope you enjoyed this video on where we stayed in Puerto Morelos, Mexico. Please remember to like and subscribe. In my next video, I'll tell you about our favorite places to eat in Puerto Morelos. Hasta luego, my friends.